guys, Terrill Brazelton from Troops Pizza. I'm here to show you how to throw a pizza dough. So you bought the take-home kit, the take and bake pizza kit offered from Troops Pizza. You've got it home, your oven's hot, or your grill's hot. Now what do you do? Well, I'm going to show you how we do it. Now we've added a little bit of cornmeal and flour. So the most important thing here is to let your dough sit out for a little while before you try to handle it. You don't want it coming straight out of the refrigerator. It'll be a little bit more difficult to work with. So you let it, what we call proof, or soften up a little bit before you start working with it. Now, all right, so we're gonna take our pizza dough. We're gonna add our crust. Pinching it down like this is what gives us that nice thick crust on the edge that everybody enjoys eating. All right, so we've let our pizza dough sit out for a little bit so it's nice and soft and easy to work with. I'm gonna push out all those air bubbles. And then we're gonna stretch. We're gonna stretch that pizza dough out. Keeping our hands off the edge so we don't push it down. Flipping it around. And just stretching. Trying to lay off the middle because we want that middle to be nice and thick, not really too thin. Or we can use the traditional, what you see in all the commercials or movies, which is the hand toss method. And that involves just taking this pizza dough and basically stretching it out over your hands. Nice and stretched out. Take our baking pan. We're going to use the back side of our baking pan so that it's easier to slide off. All right. Spread that cornmeal and flour on there. Lay our pizza right down on the back side of this pan. If you've got a pizza pan, you can use that. If you've got a pizza stone coming out of the oven, you can use that as well. You want to pull it out, get it preheated, then pull it out. Put your pizza dough on top of it, and that'll start actually crisping the bottom side of this pizza oven out. You're going to want to be careful, though, if you're using a hot pan as opposed to a cold pan like we're using, because you don't want to burn yourself or let your kids burn themselves. A little bit of tomato sauce. You don't need anything fancy to spread this out. We're just using a tablespoon here. We're going to take our cheese and we're going to lightly spread it. This cheese melts really well, so you don't want to get too much in one area. You want to give it room to spread when it melts. What I do with my kids when I'm at home making pizzas is I'll do the dough and then I'll let them do the toppings. Kind of gets everybody involved. It's kind of fun. You know, in our kit, we're just including cheese. Of course, you can get us to include more toppings if you'd like. We'll certainly include those for you. We've got our oven at 500 degrees. If your oven goes a little bit hotter, 550 is fine. If it doesn't quite go to 500, that's good too. We're gonna go on the assumption that we don't have a pizza stone. We're gonna cook it on this sheet pan as opposed to this pan. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in the oven for a couple of minutes until it starts to form a nice crust and is workable. And then we're gonna slide it off of this pan directly onto the tines of the oven racks. That way we're allowing heat circulation to come through and really brown and crisp the underside of the pizza, which, you know, is the most important thing. We want a nice, firm, crunchy crust, all right? So this is gonna go in the oven. We're at 500 degrees. We're gonna go in for about 8 minutes, and then we're gonna give it a check, all right? So it's been about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. We're gonna check out our pizza now. All right, so you see I went down low. You went down low on this one. Make sure that bottom has an opportunity to get as crispy as possible. So we're gonna be very careful. We're gonna use a towel. We're gonna pull our pizza out. Ugh. And actually, it looks pretty dang good. Bottom is still a little soft. So how we're gonna finish this is we're gonna put it back in the oven for just a few seconds, or a few minutes, a few moments. And this is how we're gonna do this. We're gonna add another baking sheet underneath where we're gonna put our pizza. And the reason we're gonna do that is to catch the cornmeal and the flour from hitting the bottom of your oven. At this point, we're just gonna take our pizza, gently push it, slide it straight into the oven right on those tines. And what that's gonna allow us to do is really get a nice, good bottom crust on this pizza. You can see that the top's already developing really nicely. It's got some brown color in there. This is really gonna solidify the bottom of that pizza crust and really make it that super crunchy crust. So, our pizza has been in the oven for around 8 minutes, 10 minutes. What we're gonna do is puppy up. Oh yeah. Very gently, very carefully. Slide that out onto either our baking sheet or our pizza pan. If you don't have a pizza pan, baking sheet's fine. You'll notice earlier we used the back side of the sheet pan. That's so it slides off easier in the oven. If you put it on the inside, you got those edges to contend with. Backside works a little bit better. We're gonna pull out another pan out of the oven, which you can see caught the cornmeal and the flour. So it doesn't go into our oven, makes cleaning easier. And it looks like we've got pretty crispy pizza right there. Let's listen to it to see how it sounds. Yeah, that is all right. I'll tell you what, for a pizza made in the oven at home, that is pretty good. See that? It's gonna be hot. Almost as good as getting into troops. Thanks for watching the video. Hope your pizza turns out good. We appreciate y'all very much. Have a great day.